everything that is important for the successful life that you've come to live. There's just one thing that we want to add to this brilliant preface that we have just delivered to you. And that is the source within you. And we stand in that place because we are non-physical energy. We are focused within your physical reality through you all day, every day. In other words, whether you are up to speed with us enough to feel it or not, we're right there. So we want to present to you a picture of the cycle of life, because we want you to understand that you were source energy, but you still are, even though you're in this body. And that while you're in this body, you are exploring and expanding, and you're causing the source within you to become more. And that source within you is focused through you. And so it's just this continual cycle where who you were is now who you are, and who you are is who you now are, and who you are is who you are. In other words, you can't separate yourself ever from who you really are. Not really. But you can do a pretty good job of pinching it off, and that's what negative emotion is. So when you decide that you want to have a conversation with someone and that you would like the fullness of who you are to manifest, so that means you want clarity, not confusion. That means you want humor, not doldrum. That means you want joy, not a feeling of despair. That means you want to be an uplifter, not someone who discourages. That means you want to be someone who gives life to the people that you're visiting with, not someone who sucks the life from them. In other words, you really want, and if you are to feel good, you must have an awareness that the source within you will come to every party that you ever have. Every communication, you have the availability of this infinite intelligence pouring through you. Don't you just love it when you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on? Don't you just love it when you're at the top of your game? Don't you just love it when the most clever things come out of your mouth? And don't you just love it when those clever things come out and everyone around you is uplifted by the fact that they have? Don't you just love it when you are so tuned in that you are evoking tuning in from other people, so that there's this synergy? Don't you just love a mastermind conversation where good ideas just keep coming? Don't you just love being so all that you really are that you can't do anything less than evoke all that somebody else is in the same moment, because your energy is so high you're dominating the moment? Don't you just love being the pure positive energy being that you are while in a physical body? And we want you to know that's what you came for. You didn't come to make something that was broken unbroken. You didn't come to fix a broken world. It isn't broken. You came for the fun, for the clarity of the expansion. You came for the moments in time. You came for the collective consciousness. You came for the platform of physical life experience. You came for the continuity of this physical life experience. We just want you to understand that the non-physical is not out there as some nebulous mist waiting for you to get your act together so that you can croak and return to heaven, so that then we can tell you what you did right and what you did wrong and then send you back to do better next time. There's nothing like that going on. You are a source energy being who has come for the fulfillment, for the joyous fulfillment of expressing life. And we want you to understand that we're in this with you. We are expressing life through you, to you, and through you. We're in this together, you see. We are energy. You are energy. We are vibration. You are vibration. And when you understand this, and we feel you do, don't you? As you've been listening to us here, you're getting this. You're feeling the resonance of what we speak. You know it right now, don't you? And the reason you know it is because you were patient enough to focus in a way and listen to us deliver the words of something that you knew before you were born. And we rambled long enough and you listened clearly enough that you have come into full resonance with who you are. And this is what we're talking about. You want to be in full resonance with who you are. You'll go home and they'll say, "Oh, how was the meeting?" And you'll say, "It was fabulous." You will. You'll say, "It was fabulous. It was fabulous." And they'll say, "What was it about?" And you'll say, "Well, you kind of had to be there. You kind of had to be there." You have to be there. You have to be on the vibrational frequency in order to know. And you know that. Don't you like being with people who are on your vibe? And you say that when you're in the doldrums, you want them to be there with you. You really don't, because it just adds to it. But it's nice to find resonance with who you are. We are eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. There is nothing off limits. It is our promise to you that we will have a wonderful day of unfolding. Just meeting actually has occurred vibrationally in the vortex. You know about the vortex? The vortex is this vibrational place where the whole of who you are is existing as a powerful point of attraction that law of attraction is responding to. So there is this point of attraction, which is who you really are, and then there's the point of attraction of wherever you're focused in the moment. And those points of attraction that law of attraction is responding to are what equal the feeling of alignment or resistance that your emotions tell you all about. So this vibrational gathering occurred before you dragged your beautiful physical bodies here. So we're ready for you. It is exhilarating for us to visit with you because we know that unlike the majority of the people on the planet, you are getting this. You are understanding. You're beginning to feel your part in all of this. You are understanding that you are source energy in physical bodies. And we're not giving this to you because we want to give you some lofty assignment that you need to get out and make the world a better place. You can't help it. And we don't want to make you know that you can't help it so that you get lazy. Because you can help it, but you can't help it, but you can help it, but you can't help it, but you can help it. In other words, what you really are about is making your world, which means your now, which means your moment, which means your emotion, right here and now, as good as you can make it. In other words, that's what deliberate creation is being present in the moment. And you know what being present in the moment means? Not just showing up, we're glad you did. But not just showing up, we're glad you did. Not just showing up, we're really glad you did. Not just showing up, but showing up with all that you are. Showing up as the clear-minded, source energy, loving, appreciative, flowing being that you are. Because you are so much more than these physical bodies. So much more than these physical bodies. You are consciousness that has the opportunity, the glorious opportunity of focusing in this leading edge time-space reality through this personality that you know as you, in conjunctions with other personalities, but even with all of the personalities on the planet flowing together. If they were all in this room, and many of them are, there are thousands of you out there, we're glad you're here too. As you are here, focused in this time-space reality here and now, it's the larger part of you that is doing the majority of the focusing. This is the thing that we want to really present in a way that you can really feel it. We want you to feel the perfection of the planet, the perfection of even the fact that this stuff holds together. It holds together pretty good. It holds together pretty good. We want to tell you why it is. It's focused into this consistent pattern of what you call physical manifested reality. It's consciousness that is concentrated long enough, generation after generation, eon after eon, non-physical energy after non-physical energy, that this feels real because it is. This is the leading edge. And we want to convince you, we get louder as we try that, we want to convince you that the reason that this time-space reality has the consistency that it does, unlike your dream state. Esther was all over the planet last night visiting with all kinds of different people. It was a really interesting night, but it wasn't like this. Your dream state isn't like this because your dream state is not manifested to the degree that this is. So when we say you create your own reality, we're talking about you. Yes, we are. We're talking about the things you're thinking right here and now. We're talking about the things that you speak of with your lovers and with your friends. We're talking about the things you do. We're talking about the focus of you. But we're also talking, we're really talking, we're really talking about the non-physical part of you who has been thinking long before this physical brain of you was thinking, that is holding all of this together. And what you are about here and now is finding new things to think about to merge with what has already come to be known from non-physical. Are you feeling that? In other words, non-physical knows the power of love and the power of appreciation and never ever deviates from it. You do it all the time. You deviate from it all the time, but it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're out there on the leading edge, on the raw and ragged edge, on the raw and bleeding edge. So here you are out here on this leading, bleeding edge, and in this experience of contrast, you are arriving at new things that you would like to consider, but you never consider anything that we all don't just rush in around and revel in the newness of what you have discovered. And as we revel in the newness of what you've discovered, the evolution of all of us moves forward. And as you know, you can come with us or not, we just went. So your work here is to discover new things to present as the leading edge, and then to hopefully, and we mean that in the nicest way, to hopefully keep up with what you have decided is the new, at least for you, leading edge conversation. And that's why we joyfully come to play with you, because here you articulate your new leading edge inquiry. Here you articulate what's on your mind, and we want to impart to you in such a powerful way that you will always know it, that whatever is on your mind matters very, 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 very much, because you are out here sifting and sorting on this leading edge, and we are happy to play with you. Sometimes you sort it out, you point it out, you ask for it, and we go right there and wait for you to catch up with your own desire. Such an interesting thing. You pick it, we love it, we go there, we revel in it, we live it, we be it, we are it, and you don't come. Because you're so busy justifying why you're not going there. It's hard. It hurts. I don't like it. Somebody should call somebody. Been listening to us for a while, and you get it, that your emotions are your indicator of how blended you are with that source energy or not. But still, it's easy to let your emotions run away with you. And we want to say that it's not your emotions that are running away with you. It's the specifics of the unwanted. You're supposed to be happy. It's supposed to feel fun. You are supposed to know your power and your wisdom, you see. We're about to tell you something profound that you will always want to remember. You think that as you come into physical form, that you come with the intention of being physical and thinking about things that are physical. And then you incorrectly assume that when you are non-physical, that you are thinking about non-physical things. Right. When what you are always thinking about, whether you are non-physically focused or physically focused, is what's out here on this physical leading edge of thought. So when you look at it that way, just take Jerry, for example, and this body of work that we are about, or even Esther, as he has been approaching Esther through all of this time. Imagine what it was like for him to be physically focused and involved in all of this, setting up the meetings, getting the meeting rooms the way he liked them, posing the questions, putting it into an environment where it was perfect for you, wanting to make it conducive for you to come and ask whatever question that you wanted. In other words, as people would say, oh, you should do more of this or this or this, Jerry always said every single time, our work, what we want, meaning Esther and Jerry and Abraham, is to provide an opportunity for brilliant people to come forward with the basis of life that they've lived and present their point of view in this leading edge environment to take thought beyond that which it has been before. We trust that law of attraction will gather up those who are ready for that. Our work is not the promotion of it. Our work is the creation of the work, you see. We love presenting to you the things that we've talked about here today. And it is so satisfying to feel you come along with us. We have these leading edge discussions, and it's remarkable how often that we will be in a place that no one on this planet has ever been before, and you'll all be right there with us on the leading edge because you've already tuned yourself to the source within you. So when we discover it together, we're all right there, right there, right there. You know that, don't you? We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. You are doing extremely well. Go general for a while. Go general, go general, go general, until you establish your real connection with this powerful source. And then witness the details beginning to fill in, and then describe them and revel in them and focus on them for the purpose of bringing it into more specifics. And then take the bounce from that and be more specific and more specific. If we were standing in your physical shoes, There are two things that we would do deliberately all day, every day. We would appreciate every time it is easy, for as long as it is easy. And in the moment that it stops being easy, we would go general. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain specifically in the Vortex.